headset mic. Okay. Can y'all hear that noise? If somebody in here? Not on. I want y'all to think, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? You know, I heard people was giving updates today, so I thought I'd sit over here for a while. I want to hear what the updates are, you know, while we sit over here comfortably. Hey, join on TikTok if y'all want. Ralph the Wise on TikTok. We live over there too. But yeah, I thought I'd sit comfortably, you know, chat about a couple of things while I run through this game, you know, regular stuff. Because I wanna ask y'all a question, right? As people prepare to do their updates, I wanna ask y'all this. Why is people giving you updates on a situation that they said was just a landlord-tenant situation, right? Now, people are still doing updates on the situation. One, the content creator that they are speaking of is not involved in that situation, right? Or not in that situation anymore. So why are they still giving updates on the situation that the content creator that they supposedly was after is not involved, right? Two, right? If it's a landlord tenant situation, why are you posting on YouTube about a landlord tenant situation? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for you to be posting on YouTube about a landlord tenant situation if the content creator that you are supposedly, and look, you can't say it's me. You can't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the farm. This ain't, you get what I'm saying? So literally, hmm, 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 hmm. Namaste, Ashe, salutations, shalom, peace. Hope all is well. Um, yeah, I just want people to think about that for a second. You know what I mean? Just think about that for a second. Maybe I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just don't get it, but it's not making sense. You claim that to her it just sounded like a landlord tenant situation. Remember that? To me, it just sounds like a landlord tenant situation. Remember she said that? To me, it just sounds like a landlord tenant situation, right? So how are you now? And you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but why are you now, you know, going all the way out as far as, you know, still speaking on the landlord tenant situation?
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
I'm just curious on that. You know, so I thought I'd pop back over here. You know, I thought I'd pop back over here just to ask these questions. You know, like, yo, what's your real goal? Like, you know, can you say stalker without saying stalker? Can you say, you know, obsessed without saying obsessed? Like, damn. lady. You know, you would think that we was in a relationship or some shit. The way you sitting there trying to stalk people and shit like that. Like, if you want to date me, just say you want to date me. You ain't gotta hate me to date me. Traumatized, monetized. Now watch how fast. This is how you know they ego stricken. You know what I'm saying? Watch how fast she responds to that part. You know, the you know, she's gonna respond to that part. I wouldn't mess with you, blah 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 blah. Watch how fast they respond to that part, right? This the ego. This is pride. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be quick to respond to that part. That's the part that you look at me, look at you, look your teeth. I wouldn't da 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 da. That's all they do. That's all they do. Superficial, casualistic, espialidocious type shit. That's all they do. Mary Poppins ass. Superlistic, fragilistic, espialidocious type shit. You feel me? Ain't that what this? Ain't that how it go? Superlistic, casualistic, espialidocious. That's what they is. Superlistic, casualistic, espialidocious. They be really trying to make it seem like they care more than just the karma. No, you sit on YouTube, you play with other people's feelings and emotions for coin. So based off of that, like, you know what I'm saying? You sit there and you play off like the little bullshit that's going on in other people's lives and all of that shit, but you scared as fuck of somebody finding out who you are. How you do all of this, you know, all this fucking weird shit, and then you scared as hell for somebody to find out who you are. But you playing in other people's lives, giving out addresses where they gonna be, all types of shit like that, but then you scared as fuck when it comes down to you. So why you playing in other people's lives like that? Huh? Somebody else gonna show up at that court hearing, huh? If you trying to put information out there over there, why are you so invested? You know what I'm saying? It's not her, but why are you invested in a situation that's a handle invested? You're not even reporting the true facts on anything, so that don't make sense. Stuff going on. Oh yeah, because the game noise is loud. Turn it down something. But no, it just that don't make sense. It just don't make sense. How's it? Is it still too loud? What about now? Is it still too loud now? Well, no, wait. I got it muted now. What about now? Is it still too loud? There do be a lot of sounds in this game. Damn. You ain't supposed to run into no damn meteor like that. Okay, cool. There'll be a lot of sounds that pop up in this game. But no, like think about it. Like this person is not being an activist. You know, that person is not being an activist or anything like that because, you know, what are you being an activist about? This is you can't say this is a landlord tenant situation and then become an activist for a situation that you claim to have nothing to do with. That makes sense. This situation? Huh? You intervening in somebody's life saying that you gonna call people ahead of them. So if they go to this spot, if they go to that spot, we gonna call people ahead of them, blah blah blah. Like what? What are you doing? That's what I'm saying. Like you keeping up, you keeping track. You got people going out to the house. Like, how you doing all of this? You got all of that going on, huh? You got all of that going on. Right, you the activist though. Think about it. It doesn't even make sense. Nothing she's doing makes sense, but you know, because this is what her, you know, group pays for. They pay for her to do, you know, intervene. They not going to challenge that. Nobody's going to say nothing. Nobody's going to question that. They are going to, you know, try to make it justifiable. They're not going to question how that makes sense. She ain't giving no update on me. She ain't giving no update on me, right? She ain't telling them what I'm up to. She not telling them nothing like that, right? That shit is not making sense. And she ain't even putting out the true, you know, any truth. She's not putting out truth. I can see if there was some variations of truth that she was putting out there, but she's not even putting out truth. Make it make sense. So like, that's telling you like, you just want to hear people lie. Like that's what people over there paying for. Like they just like, oh, please lie to us. Just lie to us, Danny. Just lie to us. She not even telling you the truth about none of that shit. Nothing of what's going on in people's life. Make that make sense. You got the, you know, at some point you got to make some shit make sense. At some point you're gonna have to say, okay, this is not adding up. That's not adding up, right? But nobody's even saying that because why? Because a lot of people don't think for themselves in this reality. I'm not even gonna say in this world, just in this reality, people don't think for themselves. You know? Right. That's what you gotta think about. Like if she's going through this measure for somebody's life, like how many other people's lives does she play on like that? How many more? Right? And she's doing it all anonymously, right? Scared as fuck to say who she is, right? But that's why, you know, the beauty of America is we have the right to face our accuser. So as you sit there and hide behind your, your screen or whatever, your integrity is being questioned, and you sit there and you hide, and then you make it seem like, oh, you're anonymous, but really you are afraid for somebody to find out your identity. You are afraid for somebody to find out your identity. Straight scared. Writing letters. So many pages of why you gotta stay anonymous. Yeah, that sounds like somebody who's hiding their identity, probably pretending to be. You might be a Michael. I mean, a Michelle. I meant to say Obama. I meant to say. For real, these people playing games in other people's real life, but they stay hidden. And you talking about, oh, and tomorrow I'm gonna give an update. Tomorrow I'm gonna give an update on what? You gonna give an update on somebody's life? Who the fuck is you to be trying to give updates on other people's real life? Not the content creator who you supposedly attacking. Not that person. You ain't giving no update on me. You giving an update on somebody else's life. For what? Make the shit make sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, people do a bunch of shit that don't make sense, and because it's entertaining to other, people, and they get paid to just, click, just click it. Then it's like, oh, but think about that. Why? And to lie. So you're lying to the group of people that you are giving this information to in order to what? What are you getting out of it? Somebody please help me. What is she getting out of that? Anybody knows? Because it's not making no sense. And then, like, who hurt you? That's the real question. Like, you need to go heal. You need to go heal, because who hurt you that you just picking people on the internet and you're like, yes, I'm going to call ahead of all of his future endeavors. Wherever he's going, I'm going to call ahead of them. And what the fuck? Who hurt you? Somebody must have really turned your ass down. I would say somebody turned you out, but somebody must have really turned you down. Like, was it a bald-headed feller that look like me or something? Do I resemble the person that hurt you? Y'all still doing the same shit that y'all was doing. How y'all end up in a forever beef? How the fuck is you in a forever beef with the Canadian? How the fuck is that? How you end up in a forever beef with somebody? Well, we'll be forever beefing. What the fuck? And you the Avenger? You the person that's the Avenger? No, something ain't right. You don't even make no sense. You first it was just Jaguar, Magic wouldn't be a nobody, and now you in a forever beef with the person that you claim was nobody in the first place. So is this somebody in a forever beef with nobody? Is this the somebody versus the nobody? Because we know damn well it ain't a lie versus the truth. We know that much. Now you in a forever beef with a motherfucker, and you can't get out that beef. So now you weird, and you taking it out on civilians. Not even YouTube people. Now every woman can get it. Every woman can get it. Everybody. And we're going to give you an update on the Freeman situation. What the fuck? You yourself said, sounds like a landlord-tenant situation. Like it was an open and shut case. Why the fuck is you still giving information out on a case that you determined was closed? What? Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense that she's still giving out information on a case that she said was closed. Huh? And what is the intimidation factor? Why are you trying to tell people in your collective what date somebody's going to be here and all of that shit? That's weird. That's weird as fuck. Sound like you trying to still install fear in somebody else's real life. Who does that? You know, Magic might be right. You might be no better than Jaguar. You might be no better than Jaguar. Jaguar did the same thing to TJ, right? Only difference is you doing this to somebody who, you know what I mean? You playing this whole thing with somebody fucking nowhere near you, and you still doing the same weird shit. You weird. You weird. You know you weird, you know? And that's the truth of this. You make it seem like you had some other life that you had to get back to. And you was just, this was back in July. Back in July, you say, you know, I ain't got time to be, you know, digging all into his life and keeping y'all. I ain't got time for that. Da 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 da. And here we are, fucking months later, and you still swinging. Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. You made it seem like you were so busy in your real fucking life. You were so busy. I ain't got time to be this and that and that and this and blah, 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 blah. And I ain't got time for that. And I'm just too busy. I'm an important person. And what? How are you so important that you still giving updates on shit that ain't got shit to do with you fucking 9 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later? Right. Y'all ain't called, you ain't get nobody out there to help his living situation. What about the fact that he had his surgery and he needs some, you know, somebody to take care of him right now? What about that factor? What about the factor that he can't take care of the animals that's there and he needed somebody for that, right? What about these factors that y'all keep on overlooking, but y'all keep on trying to make it seem like y'all giving updates on Freeman's situation, but y'all go help Freeman then. Why y'all ain't helping Freeman then? If these updates is happening, because it's stone cold bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's a lie to keep the entertainment going for YouTube. Oh, ain't got shit to talk about today? Oh, we're going to give you an update on what? Shut up. Just using it for content. We don't have nothing to talk about. I guess we're going to give an update on the Freeman situation. And you telling me that's not stalker shit? That's stalker shit, lady. That is for sure stalker shit. I mean, I thought the knot was bad, you know what I'm saying? But what the fuck is you doing? You using all your connections to try to ruin somebody's life. That does that make your life look or feel better? Please tell us now. Like, when you get done doing whatever the fuck you think you doing, and I can't wait to find out your name so I could put this lawsuit in. But anyway, when you get done doing whatever it is that you think you fucking doing, like, does that make you feel better about your life? And how long do it make you feel better? Because you gotta find somebody else to do some more shit to, because it can't, it's like a Band-Aid. It is only a temporary, it's not really happiness. It's a false happiness when you tear somebody else down to make yourself feel better. It's a false happiness. So you banking on a false happiness to make yourself feel better about whatever it is, life or existence that you're actually living. That means you really don't like your life. Y'all gotta stop making it seem like these people are happy in their life. No, misery loves company. When you see somebody trying to make somebody else miserable, that means they're miserable. You see somebody else fucking over somebody else's life, that's because their life is fucked over. You know? And we still stand firm. We never want into no Freeman situation to try to get out or get over on nobody. We want the help. When the person started playing and acting like they didn't want help and stuff like that, we did what we had to do to get safe and got the fuck away from them. That's what we did. We didn't try to cause more problems in this person's life besides the loss. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Speaking on the truth. People just not happy. That's it. That's the moral of the story. Like, some people happy with their life and they can have gratitude, you know what I'm saying? And they happy with their life. Some people are fucking miserable and they fake happiness. You know what I mean? Probably ain't got shit going. I don't give a fuck about. Listen, one thing for sure, two things for certain. A wise man once told me, it don't matter how big the house is. Some people got the biggest house in the world and still miserable. You know? Some people got big houses and still miserable. So we can sit here and try to make it seem like this person, I got this and I got that, and what I gotta hate on somebody else for, that's what they say. That's what they say. When you could tell somebody miserable, because that's the shit they say. You know what I'm saying? But really, they miserable. Really, this person is miserable. You know what I'm saying? This person is miserable for real, for real. And it's sad, you know? It's just sad.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
It's real sad, man. It's sad to see. And it's like, people are paying for it too. Like, you know, to each his own about how you get entertained, however they, you know, get entertained by this, right? But, you know, in retrospect, nothing good gonna come out of this little fuckery that they playing. Nothing good comes from it.
Thermal protection fully. Extreme heat damage detected.
But like I say, you know, we'll watch it play out, you know. We'll watch it, you know. Hell, you know, for a certain amount of money, we'll watch a monkey fuck a football. People get entertained by that shit all the time, you know. So, however you want to look at this is going to play out according to exactly how it's supposed to play out, you know. The people that's going to get exposed, they're going to get exposed. That's the beauty of this. We ain't got to do too much, you know. We ain't got to do too much. All we got to do is sit back and continue to do what it is that we do. That's it. And when you know, let the chips fall where they may. That's it. A lot of people might think, oh, we gotta go through this and shit. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just, you know, have patience. Let somebody else do it, you know. They say no matter what you going through, remember, it's not up to you. And the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. That's what they say. So we going to give it, listen, God ain't failed us yet. He ain't failed us yet exposing these demons and pointing them out. You know what I'm saying? He ain't failed us yet. So we're going to continue to allow it to be. Yes, we observe it. Yes, we see it. Yes, we point it out because we're watchtowers. So we point it out so other people won't fall victim to it. But we don't have to we don't have to be the ones. You know the karma is coming. Everybody knows it's going to hit. Y'all making it seem like y'all don't know it's going to hit. So when it hit, don't try to be like, oh, that's a shame what happened. That's a shame what happened. No, it's not. It's called karma. You don't know how much darkness people keep on putting out there. These people are literally like playing on other people's lives. Yeah, you don't ain't no telling how dark it is. Ain't no telling what needs to happen. You know what I mean? So if somebody, I don't even at this point, I don't care if people get transferred, get taken out this dimension because they had numerous chances. Think about it. They keep playing on people's real life, star seeds, people who they finding on internet, because they going after conspiracy theorists, right? Because they getting paid to attack certain people, right? So somebody else knows about spiritual people and the minds of some people, right? And then they got these groups that's going out there playing on other people's truths. That's ironic. That kind of go back to the biblical days right there, if you ask me. That goes back to the biblical days. That kind of go back far right there, if you ask me. You know, because that goes back to the biblical days. That goes back to what they were saying in the Bible. How these people are gonna, jujitsuists, whatever they want to title themselves. They were gonna go around and try to make people prove their spirituality, prove, their level of spirituality. They talked about this already, about how you're going to have discernment, and they talked about this in the Bible. So when you see the level taking place, when you see the level of it that's taking place, then you can't really be like, oh, I don't know what's the. No, they already warned us about this. They already told us this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, they already told us that this was going to happen. It's nothing new under the sun. Yes, the operation has changed because they're doing it online, and but it's not. It's still the same thing. It's still character assassination, mixed with a little bit of identity theft, because they're all stealing different pieces of people identity. That's why they like you at first. They like, oh man, he's saying some real shit. Oh man, he really, speaking how it is. Oh, he put truths out there, right? And then all of a sudden you turn all the things that I did into fraudulent after you try to take credit for the shit that I did. you know? So after you take credit for all the stuff, or try to take credit for all the stuff that I did, try to, shout out to Ralph the Wise for, putting it out there first for Murph, but da 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 da, and shout out to Ralph the Wise for da 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 da, and da da da. Which one is it? Which one is it? You can't make it seem like I'm righteous and all of this other shit because I stood up for Lady Letitia and I did all this other shit, and then all of a sudden you try to color me bad. You hilarious. Not just hilarious, but you funny. You funny. Huh? Hey, Lids. Lids need to hurry up and sponsor me, man. Shout out to Lids for always providing the flyest hats. You know, Lids need to hurry up and sponsor me. That's another thing that they gonna hate on. And he over there talking about he trying to get sponsored by Lids. Why would Lids sponsor your big head ass? Because I got a big head, motherfucker. You just now answered your question. Because I got a big head, I wear a size motherfucking 8. That mean I always gotta order my shit. Most they got in the store is a 7.5 or a 7 3/4. You know what I'm saying? Why not get sponsored by Heads? I gotta cover up this big ass dome of mine. So why not go after sponsorship that actually I use in my life? Big ass cranium I got. You know? Got this motherfucking. You see this head that I gotta walk around with? Huh? Do you see this head I gotta walk around with? Huh? If I tilt this motherfucker the wrong way, I'll put a crook in my neck.
No free slots in suit inventory.
You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with a heavy head like this. You know? Got a motherfucking heavy head like this, you gotta be careful. A lot of people don't know what to do with a heavy head like this, you know? You get all confused, miscombobulated and shit. But luckily, the universe have gifted me with the ability to you know, hold the weight, the magnitude of this here head, you know. And one day, one day, it's gonna be looked at, and it's gonna be, you know, they're gonna be like, man, he had a brilliant mind. That's what I'm looking for. I just want people to realize that our brains is the most important, and they can't take away a brilliant mind. That's it. They want to keep on trying to attack a brilliant mind, and it ain't working. And they mad because it ain't working. You know, my intentions are true. My intentions are pure. They come with the fucked up intent. They come with the fuckery. So they mad because I stayed true to myself. While they bought into all the glitz and the glamours, I stayed true to myself. I like knowledge. I like wisdom. You know, real people who want peace, they don't sit there and keep on scratching at a problem, right? They want to continue to focus on the problem because the problem is what get them paid. If the problem's not there, guess what? They don't have no creative activity. Ain't nothing creative coming out of them. So if there's a problem, if there's not a problem there for them to continuously talk about or exploit, then they don't have nothing. They make money. Their livelihood banks on the problem. Think about that. You think somebody really going to give you a solution to something who livelihood banks on a problem being there? No. They need that problem to exist. It's just like, you know, if Jaguar Wright turned herself in, right? They don't have nothing after that. Why? Because the problem of what they are using to get money is not there anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? And they don't have the brains to rely on their own creative thought. They don't have a creative thought. That's why they're sociopaths. They steal other people's identity. What you think somebody who steal other people's identity has a creative thought? No, they too busy trying to impersonate other people. They done been impersonating other people for so long that, think about it, she's anonymous for a reason. That means she don't like her real self. You get what I'm saying? The real her, she don't like. That's why she faking to be everything else. Hannah Montana, you know what I'm saying? We came over here with our real name. We wasn't hiding nothing. We came over here with the real name. These people hiding. Darkwing Ducks, you know? I am the terror that haunts in the night. I am Darkwing Duck. Like, these are cartoon characters from back in the day. Like, these are 90s cartoon characters and shit. You know what I mean? That's why I told y'all before, these is DuckTales. You know, all these are DuckTales. This is the stranger folks behind you, and it's a stranger out to find you. And what you do is grab onto some DuckTales. Ooh, that's what they do. You try to go and put somebody else's life in shambles so you can feel good about your life? Who does that? I'm going to go shake up somebody else's life so I can feel good about my shelf life. Because these people' life is on the shelf. I promise you their life is on the shelf. They probably old. Cootie Cat done dried the fuck up. You know, the last thing she got is her voice that she make money with. You get what I'm saying? You know? Cat probably dried up. That motherfucker probably don't even purr no more. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker got a hiss sound coming from it. You know? Like a slow leak in an air mattress, or, you know, some shit coming out your tire. Just what the fuck is that? Girl, I'm about to warm this thing up for you. Fuck no. Fuck no. Put that shit back. Put it away. Put it away. You know she got one of them old ass cootie cats. She trying to lie, make herself seem glamorous, all of that shit. That shit probably old ass pictures. That shit probably pictures of how she used to look before that motherfucker got beat the mince meat. Huh? You gotta guarantee that motherfucker probably look like mince meat. Guarantee, like a meat curtain. Probably got 3 slabs hanging from that motherfucker. Need to get a do some kanky tanks, whatever they call. Go do one of them classes, some kankles. Fucking kankles classes. Whatever the fuck it's called. Stop worried about other people's lives. Go tighten that cootie cat up. Fucking figure out how Stella got her groove back or something. Oh, miserable ass. You miserable. You just miserable. You know you miserable. You just miserable. You fucking just say the shit. Just say you fucking miserable. Yeah, do some of them. Some kingles. Shingles. Do all of that shit. Try a little bit of everything. Pilates, karates, and all of that shit. Fuck. Get your life together. For real. Because it don't even make sense. Like, none of what she does makes sense. But the people around her keep that shit going. Why? That shit don't make sense. That means y'all looking dumb as hell because y'all sitting there not making sense with her. Huh? Y'all not making sense with her. Huh? Go out. Have a party or something. Fuck. Have a fucking party. Do something like that. Huh? Why the fuck you ain't doing shit like that? Do that shit. Huh? Fuck. Wrong with you? Oh, lazy motherfuckers. You ain't got shit going for yourself. For real, you can't tell me. I don't care what y'all say. This person ain't got shit going for theyself. You hear me? Not a motherfucking thing. They ain't got shit going for theyself. Do you hear me? You can't tell me they got something going. You giving updates on a situation that back in July? This shit back in July? This shit ain't got nothing to do with the persona that you chasing after. You on my shit so tough, you calling North Carolina everywhere. What the fuck did I do something to you in the previous life? It would be nice to know. Is you that Jezebel that I slayed many, many moons ago? You might be that Jezebel. Got to be that motherfucking Jezebel. Well, no, ain't nobody else holding a grudge this motherfucking tough. Huh? Huh? This motherfucker holding up for eternity grudge. Some shit I did in the previous life. You still upset about. Act like I did something to her. For real. She not making no sense. I mean, you know, to really be on somebody's shit like that, like how she is, like what the fuck? Like who did you dirt? Who did it? Who did it? Fuck, at this point, everybody get a hug. How the fuck do we heal? Tell me that. Because obviously you not letting us pass this shit. Apparently. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That motherfucker still giving updates on situations that ain't got shit to do with her content. Only to try to pull me back into the conversation. Make that shit make sense. She trying to forever beef with me. She doing the same shit that Knot was trying to do. Trying to turn it into a forever beef. Like, who the fuck want to sit around and play games with you forever? Forever, ever? No.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
It just ain't making sense. Like, she's gotta do some shit that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You know you gotta do some shit that makes sense for us. Like, the shit that she doing ain't making sense. I'm sorry. Y'all know it don't make sense. Now, the people that's around her might be afraid to tell her that the shit that she doing ain't making sense. But we not the people that's around her. So we just gonna have to be honest and say it ain't making sense. This shit ain't making sense. Alright? Cause it don't. You giving updates and shit on the Freeman situation. What is you trying to date Freeman? Is you trying to get there? Do you need a place to stay? I know you said you was looking for an apartment. Maybe you want to be in that motherfucker so bad. Maybe you trying to motherfucker be on the farm. Huh? Is that what it is? She trying to be on the farm, ain't she? I think she trying to be on the farm. Real, for real. I think she trying to be on the farm. Cause it ain't making sense. Update on the Freeman situation. Motherfucker, if you need a place to stay and you trying to be there, just say you trying to be there. Huh? If you trying to make that motherfucker your residence, just say it. Shit. Or you trying to copy a motherfucker's idea, huh? Let me find out you gonna try to go be on the farm and do retreats and shit. Uh-huh. Let me find out. Let me find out you need a new operation. Let me find out. Your motherfucking operation failure. You need a new occupation. So you can make it look like you really doing some positive shit, huh? You need me out the way. You can steal the idea. I know how this shit works. You need a motherfucker out the way. So you could then take the idea and make it seem like it was yours. Yeah, so me and Freeman, we got cool, you know, after the whole thing with Ralph the Wise. We became cool, and, you know, I started helping him out, and now just tell us what you really want. Don't motherfucking lie to us. Shit, we could take it. We could take the truth. You trying to act like you building a motherfucking rapport and shit with Freeman. Building a rapport and shit. Yeah, over the couple of weeks that I've been keeping track of this to make sure that Freeman is safe, you know, I took a liking to him. And now he invited me all the way out to Freeway Farms. Yes, he did. Shut the fuck up. You know, motherfucker do a fake celebrational party. We're celebrating. That's what we gonna do after this. We gonna celebrate. When Shaw's not there, we gonna all go to Freeman Farms and celebrate. Yeah, everybody from YouTube is invited. Shut the fuck up. You couldn't even have a real conversation with that man without those lies being revealed. You literally sat there and try to play it off like, come on. You really sat there and try to play that shit off like that. Like, Like, you ain't hear what he said when you asked who was there, and he fucked it up, and he made it seem like people was there that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Made it seem like people was there that wasn't there, right? Y'all remember that? And yeah, she ain't point out for somebody who's always supposed to be living in truth and exposing this and exposing that. Why she ain't point out none of the shit when Freeman sat there and lied right there in the interview? She overlooked it. Why? And when all the truth started coming out, why she ain't speak on none of the truth? Why she try to stop people from going to Freeman's Facebook page? That's weird. Freeman gave me the right to do this and the right to do that. Why are you protecting Freeman so tough, but you not protecting this woman who Freeman played on? That's weird as fuck. That's weird as fuck. You gave so much protection, and then let's look at Freeman's background, all the domestic violence that he got. The police literally was telling me, like, don't leave nobody around this dude. He calls us every night, right? Why she ain't point out none of that shit? That shit was very weird to me. So I don't understand how she even still intervening in somebody's life and not pointing out the real shit that's happening, the real problems. We told her to look into the situation with this other person that Freeman said he saved from sex trafficking. That's what we asked Danny to look into. I want y'all to think about that. We asked her for her help to look into a situation because it seemed weird that they couldn't find this person's cell phone, and this Megan person came up missing, and the last person's place she was at was Freeway's farm, so on and so forth. We asked her to really look into a situation, and she came and manipulated it, turned it around, make it seem like it's just a landlord-tenant situation. And now she's helping the same person who already is abusive to women, and so on and so forth. Y'all gotta make this shit make sense to me. You hear me? Y'all gotta really make this shit make sense to me. It ain't making sense right now. The math ain't mathing. I'm trying to figure it out. Huh? And you can clearly see that this person was recording, exploiting, and trying to do some weird shit by putting the vehicle on Facebook, trying to, record my car, all types of shit like that, right? We watched this. We watched it. Yet, Danny made it seem like it was just a landlord-tenant situation. Right? It's probably because you wasn't able to get the outcome that you wanted. You wasn't able to get the outcome that you wanted, probably. That's probably what it was. Probably wasn't able to get the outcome that you wanted. A lot of people was hoping for, some variation of fuckery to take place so they can make themselves justifiable, make it seem like, oh, look, he's not living like this, da-da-da-da-da. He's not doing that, da-da-da-da-da. He's not really helping people. She didn't look into nothing that I asked her to look into. She looked into some other shit. Like, she fucking wanted to help hide the shit that was really there. And she looked into that shit. Remember, she jumped on the situation fast. She jumped on the situation quick. You get what I'm saying? She didn't even she jumped on the situation too quick. Wasn't even no investigation. It was 3 days. She was already on Freeman's side. This sounds like blah, 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 blah. I'm like, are you not looking at the Facebook? Are you not looking at the fact that the police came out here 5 times already? Why are you not taking none of this into consideration? How are you not taking none of this into consideration? It was just weird. It was real weird, that's all. took nothing into consideration. Yet somehow, you know, yet somehow we tried to make the shit that she was saying seem true. You know? Right. That's what I'm saying. Setup. From the beginning had to be the setup. From the beginning. Promise you.
Technology recharge.
Promise you that shit got set up all over it. Y'all know it, dude. But hey, you know, the lies that they weave and the things that they do to receive whatever it is that they think they need. I hope they pleased. Because trust and believe, when it's all said and done, they gonna look like they got a disease. Huh? When it's all said and done, boy, when it's all said and done, you gonna look like them boy. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, y'all? Oh shit. I'm telling you. Just wait and see. That's what I'm saying. None of the real shit would not listen. Listen. When I say like nothing that was really asked was actually done, like nothing that was asked was done, right? But that's what made it so frustrating, because it was like, why are you not trying to, if you're this activist, if you're this person that you say you are, right? Then why are you not? This is right up your alley. This is the type of people that you want to, tell people to stay away from. This is the type of situations that you want people from the internet not to fall victim of, right? If somebody lying saying that they need help on a farm and they really wasn't looking for help on a farm and they really was looking to exploit, like, then that's something that right? I mean, that's just how I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking like that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's how I would. That's how I was thinking about it. You know, that's how I was thinking about it from the beginning. Like, hey, there's no possible way. You know, this should be something that happens because of the one main factor. That one main factor being that this is something that you should want people to look out for. Like, hey, don't fall victim to this, right? So you want people to look out for this. But it was different because it's like they wasn't trying to speak on what I was asking them to speak on, but they were trying to, you know, make it seem like this and make it seem like that, but wasn't trying to speak on what I was asking them to speak on. That was weird.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
That was weird. But, you know, who's to say what is what? You know? Who's to say what is what? I guess, you know, not everything is for everybody. You know? Just they wasn't able to get us, so they had to find a different way. That's the reality of this. They wasn't able to get us, and now they have to find a different way. So if it is a bigger game, then history will expose it because, I mean, not history, but it'll be exposed in the future because we'll have to watch and see, like, what they gonna do next. Like, you wasn't able to get your funky off, you know, with this particular individual, so you gonna pick somebody else, right? And it's funny because when you look at it, she didn't look into the other YouTube situation. Remember, I was like, if this is true, then other YouTubers need to be on the lookout, right? And even AT2 made it seem like he was coming over there like, oh, you know, he said, you know, we need to have a YouTube meeting because other YouTubers should be worried, right? Based off of what I was understanding, if you was looking at it how we were looking at it, then yes, if there's another YouTuber by the name of the kennel thing, right? That person was saying that, hey, I'm glad that my family is going to be able to see this on YouTube, so on and so forth. That person's page is stripped, like that person's page is wiped out, right? But Freeman got this person incarcerated, and Freeman had people pew pew at this person. It literally got online and said, maybe if you would have paid, Buckner's kennel, right? He's like, maybe a Buckner. Maybe if you would have paid me my money that you owe me, maybe you wouldn't have got pew-pewed at, right? And then when Buckner go to court, Buckner is trying to speak on this situation that took place with Kennel, right? And Freeman posted it on his TikTok page, right? The court hearing of Buckner Kennel, right? And he said, this is where they tell you that you lose, that they lost your paperwork and they don't have your paperwork. And now this is where we lose you in the system. Welcome to the silent party, right? So that means Freeman has been exploiting people online, right? In many different ways and helping getting them incarcerated. Because how do you have the video of Buckner Kennel's court hearing? That's not public. That was his probation violation hearing. How the fuck do you have the what you call for his probation violation hearing? That's not public. When you go into a revocation hearing, your revocation hearing is not something that is accessible to the public like that. So how did he get a video of Buckner's Kennel's reservation? You get what I'm saying? it's just not making sense, man. It's more hands involved, you know, than people are letting on. And, you know, the level of exploitation that's taking place right now is beyond me. I just wanted to add that part in there.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
But hey, like I say, you know, we watch and see how it all unfolds, you know. And make no plans in it all. But we watch and see how it all unfolds. You know? All the people that's involved, you know, and there's a couple of people that's involved. You know, there's a couple of people that's involved. But, you know, all the people that's involved, like, man, it should be fun. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I do really like. Oh, look how colorful my fleet look. Got some nice colors in that fleet. A little bit of colors in that fleet. Um, However you want to look at this, you know, uh, it's just a matter of understanding, right? If you take the time to understand, like, what's going on, then all will be revealed to you in a sense of, like, focus, right? So if you looking at this, and I hope people are looking at this, right? It's looking mighty, 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 mighty good for us. You know, it's looking mighty good for us. uh, Now, however, it's looking for other people. Hey, No Man's Sky has countered an error. What the fuck? You want to verify Steam game files to attempt to resolve. Yes. You motherfucker get an error in the middle of play? Where's my last save point? Erroring me while I'm on my freight. Hey, it's gonna be funny, man. I see the Three Stooges is put together. I see they got Larry Curly and the hoe. The Knots the hoe. Just to let y'all know, you got Larry Curly and the hoe. Yeah, I guess y'all could figure out who Larry and Curly is, but you know, where where is No Man's Sky running at? You talking about pause, cancel, downloading? What the fuck you gotta download? I'm already got No Man's Sky. tripping. Shit say download. Download on what? You know, it's all bad for them. It's gonna be all bad for them. They over there think they putting together some type of stream team or mean team. Whatever they putting together. Mean team, steam team, stream beam, whatever the freak they think they putting together. Over there like they, you know, about to save the planet or some shit. For real. Throwing each other them fake ass compliments. Oh, oh, and tonight is just fabulous. Oh, don't say that. Oh, thank you for the compliment. And make sure you guys get her likes up because she's beautiful. Shut the fuck up. If y'all don't get y'all motherfucking weird ass Despicable Me briefing, they doing Despicable Me briefings and shit. Huh? Oh yes, it is my birthday. It is my birthday. Like get the fuck out of here. Y'all weird as fuck. All y'all weird as fuck. Y'all ain't building towards nothing. Ain't trying to build to no unified. Like y'all just doing the same weird shit this far in. We how many months in? Y'all still doing the same shit. That's how you know. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know they not trying. Damn, motherfuckers ain't trying to do nothing. They ain't trying to be great at nothing. You want to be great? No. You want to sit on the computer and make money and drink? Yes. Telling me something ain't wrong with these people. Something is wrong with these damn people. Trying to make it seem like something ain't wrong with these people. Something is definitely wrong with them. Don't tell me. I mean, everybody got something that they, you know. But this is not real. That's why I say this ain't something ain't real. This shit don't seem real to me. And y'all be thinking that these people are real. I be trying to tell y'all like, yo, these people are not real. Don't fall for it now, cause they not real. Listen, I only got one fragment point, okay? I just got one.
Item received.
that's why I say like sometimes I be sitting here and I be thinking like, okay, when the truth comes out, right? You know, when the truth comes out, we gonna be here for it. That's how I be thinking. And sometimes I be like, fuck it. You know, let's just go ahead and expose the truth. But patience, patience, we will have. We'll have patience in this like we have patience in all things. And when it comes out, yeah, she trying to get y'all some updates right now. All these fake ass updates she trying to hurry up and give. Why? Why you rushing updates? Why not give an update after? Cause you know why? Cause you still trying to play this fear factor shit. Still trying to play fear factor, intimidation. You know. I'm literally on my freight. Fuck is you talking about? We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do.
Technology recharge.
Yo, just watch. I can't wait until it all unfolds. Then I'm gonna be like, yep. I'm gonna be like, yep. I can't wait till y'all see what unfolds. I know a lot of y'all thinking, what can come out of this? I mean, truly, the possibilities are endless. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, we gonna learn some shit. We gonna learn some shit. Huh? When the truth comes out. That truth about to come out. You know, sometimes that truth be loud. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes that truth have volume. They know it too. That's why they so scared. They know it too, for real. That silence, that shit was louder than what people wanted to, that quiet. That shit was quite loud. That shit was actually quite loud. That shit was like, doom, boom, kind of like that. Had that kind of bass to it, like that. Scary type shit. Yeah. 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 They was scared. They was scared.
Alert. Navigational data received.
For real. I don't get it. That copper look bright as hell over there. don't want this. Come on, it's damn near broken. Anyway, we refuse your weapon. We refuse, like Uncle Ruckus, huh? That's Danny's true person, Uncle Ruckus. We refuse. White heaven. You know that thing Michael Jackson got? She also got that, but she got it in reverse. Yeah, white heaven. She actually supposed to be a Karen. She just ended up a Danny. Uncle Ruckus. Get them. You know what you gotta do in order to get rid of nigga ghosts? You gotta whoop them. That's how you get rid of them. Oh, sad ass. You gonna call a black person and tell them another black person is coming to try to take their land after you seen that black person try to help a black person that played them. And then you gonna call the next person and tell them that I'm coming to do something funny after you just seen me waste all my resources to get to a farm and that person played. Huh? And you say you ain't got nothing to do with it. Shit. You might be more a part of that shit than what the fuck we think. You might be a family member of the Freeman. That's probably your uncle or some shit. That's probably your husband. Huh? Him's all broken and fucked up in the head. And why I want y'all to think about this. Then, listen. Freeman's brother passed away because of fentanyl-based marijuana. Didn't Jaguar say something about somebody making fentanyl-based marijuana or you mixing fentanyl with marijuana? And then in that same house, Freeman's brother passed away with the same shit. So, and Freeman fucked up in his mind because he was using the shit. So his mind all fucked up, right? So the same shit that they saying that Jaguar and them saying that they use, manipulate, play with, is the same shit that was found on the farm. But everybody overlooked that shit, right? Even when I did the walkthrough, even King Payne himself overlooked that shit when I did the walkthrough and was like, oh, this is the room that they was doing this and blah, blah, blah. Everybody tried to overlook that shit. Like, oh, what's that right there that he walked by? That was fucking fentanyl mixed marijuana. But y'all, everybody try to play it off like they didn't see the bigger story that was there. How is that? How the fuck you got all of these internet investigators, but all of them missed the bigger fucking story that was there? How? How they all so, this, that, and the third, and all of them missed the big story that was there? Sounds like a landlord-tenant situation. Yup, sounds like a landlord-tenant. You ain't going to look into the fact that he's frauding the government by saying that he's putting together a greenhouse and he's not putting together the greenhouse. You're not going to say that. That's a bigger situation, right? You're not going to look at the Rockefeller members that popped up at the house. That's a bigger situation. You ain't going to look at that, right? How about the silent parties? How about that? Why he really got kicked away from them kids and he's not allowed around kids anymore. Nobody wants to look at that. Why y'all not looking at that stuff? It's funny to me. Sounds funny to me. Sounds funny to me. It is sounding funny to me. But hey, listen. I guess I was the bigger story. Stopping the collective, stopping the discord. That was the bigger story, wasn't it? That was the it factor. You ain't gonna look at the fact that he unalived, his brother unalived, that he overdosed at his brother's funeral. You're not gonna look into none of that. the overdosing at the brother's funeral, so on and so forth. So it's letting you know who the real drug addict is. So why would Danny team up with a drug addict, drug abuser, drug user, woman abuser? Why is she teaming up with somebody like that? Against somebody that just talks about moon, stars, and quasars? Huh? That don't make sense. My moon, stars, and quasars is more dangerous than him? He exploited 4 other people that lived there, right? But you more worried about moon stars and quasars than you are the person who has this farm that's exploiting people on his farm. You more worried about my moon stars and quasars than you are that person. And in fact, you willing to help that person. How? Why? How did you get so tied to a person that's literally worse, you know, if not probably, you know, just as bad as some of the other people that you say you go after? Does it make sense? It's not making sense, you know. You literally make it seem like, you literally make it seem like, you are on some sort of quest, and you doing all of this through, and some sort of idea of what knowledgeable. I don't even know what to call it, to be honest. Like, bro, I need to get back here in this room, bro. The dude I need to talk to is right there. This ain't it. Yeah, that's what I wanted her to look into. The other people that was previously there before me, the people that was drug users that he was using. See, he thought that maybe she was a drug user, I was a drug. I don't know what the fuck he thought. That's why he kept on lying. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can go back and see. I confronted him in all the videos that he put out there. Even when he was trying to record us at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying. I would I would reevaluate some shit if I was her. Like she wanted to be right so bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said like this is the situation that most but she wanted to be right so bad, and then when she found herself on the wrong end, she couldn't stop. You know how some people like narcissistic people, she couldn't stop after that. So even when once she found herself on the wrong end of it, she just couldn't stop. She had to keep going because she didn't want to be wrong. You know what I mean? She didn't want to be wrong that bad. So she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna keep." But the shenanigans is crazy. Like it literally is crazy. Like that shit ain't making no sense from by any standard. By any standard, that shit ain't making no sense by no standard. Because if you say you the person that you say you are, and this person literally is everything that you say that you stand for, well, can't say you stand for much, but whatever. You claim to be a righteous stand up person, but now it's all coming out that it's fraudulent, you know? That you just some low, no good, probably actually need a life more than people. You know what I'm saying? And now it's all looking different. You know, you ain't the person you say you is. Just know that I know. Scared for your identity out there, but you exposing everybody else's. You call yourself exposing everybody else. Make that shit make sense. But you so scared. You so scared. And you taking down bad people and all of this other thing. You gotta put together more rights and more sways and more ways to try to get out of, huh? Yeah, because they couldn't put a lie on the truth. That's what it was about. They try to paint somebody's real life out to be a lie, and they couldn't do it. So then, once they couldn't do it, it all went to shit after that. It all went to shit after that. Now they sitting around looking like who did it and why. Oh, Tweedledees and Tweedledums. You know? Sitting around looking like Dum Dum did it. You know? Ooh, I'm gonna get them. Ooh, I'm gonna get him. Ooh, get your ass out of here. Y'all ain't got shit to do. Nothing. Bored. Bored ass people. Ain't got shit going for yourselves. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Huh? Y'all literally like outside of the Jaguar thing, y'all ain't got shit going for yourself. That's all y'all. That's why y'all try to stop anybody that's actually exposing the truth about the Jaguar shit, because y'all need the Jaguar shit. You know, she make money off of y'all. Y'all make money off of her. It's called quid pro quo. I heard about that shit. I heard about that quid pro quo shit. Motherfucker, quid pro quo your motherfucking ass all the way. Huh? I heard about that quid pro quo bullshit. Anonymous. We're anonymous. We don't have to reveal ourselves. We're anonymous. Now you listen to me. We are anonymous. Okay? We are allowed to hide. Huh? We can take shots from the darkness. We's allowed to do that. Okay? We don't have to show our face. You want to see my face? Huh? Clayton Bisbee, you want to see my face? Sitting over here like they doing something good for the community, but tearing down a black man because that black man shows love for everybody. Make that shit make sense. Y'all sitting over here like y'all some savants in the community that I never wanted to be a part of in the first fucking place. I ain't never want to be a part. I don't give a fuck about no, it's doing for your black people. What? Y'all, ain't no such thing. Y'all lying about this color shit down here. The universe knows it. The real color comes from the content of the character. You know? Y'all sitting there talking about color this, color that. Really? All of y'all are dark. Dark beings. That's it. There's only two types of colors down here. Light beings and dark beings. That's what we're around. A bunch of dark beings. That's all they is. Dark beings. A bunch of dark-winged ducks. Yes, sir. Where can I land at on this planet? There ain't a landing place on this planet. It's all water. It is water. That's why. They want to make it seem like they not dark, but they dark. Where's the planet that got the stuff on it? There better not be only 3 planets in this solar system. Fuck no. I'm just saying, you know. I want y'all to really think about the situation that was before you, right? The truth. The truth could have been there, right? People just never chose to tell the truth. Now, why is it that people who title themselves, truth seekers, truth whatever, right? Why they didn't tell us the truth? That just strikes me as odd. Nah, y'all ain't telling me where no whatchamacallit's at.
Radiation protection falling. Units received.
Do I even want to go down here? Because they ain't showing me the stuff I need to see.
Extreme radiation detected.
Mm.
Units received. Units received. Units
Mm.
received.
You look like you can eat a motherfucking note.
Units
I
received.
ain't fucking with you, Squid. No.
Units received.
Nah, if you was SpongeBob, I'd come fuck with you, but you don't look like SpongeBob. You like a motherfucking Squidward. I'm gonna play your flute over here. Nope. Stay your ass over there, Squid. I think we about seen everything we need to see on this planet, right? I mean, we don't see no motherfucking gamma. I don't see no gamma roots nowhere.
Extreme radiation detected.
What, for my ship?
Extreme radiation detected.
What, if I put the aqua thing on, it'll let me fly underwater? I just ain't got that many spots left on this craft, you know what I'm saying? But I got it right here. It'll let me land on top of the water.
Radiation protection. Stabilizing.
I ain't got no spots, you feel me? I ain't got no spots for all that. I didn't put it on. I gotta get somebody that know how to play the game to teach me how to do certain shit, you know? Help me out. All right, now I think I got a bunch of stuff on that I don't need on, and you know, it be alright. It be alright. I gotta figure it out. I ain't got no friends. It's such an old game. 2016. Ain't nobody really, you know, running this game like that anymore. Now that place looked like it got some land, right? Didn't I just go here? What place did I just come from? No, that's where I just came from. Nah, where that place that looked like it had some land. Right there. No, that ain't it. Where the fuck is it? it behind this planet? Yo, I gotta be tripping. I thought I seen a planet that had a bunch of. Looked like it had a bunch of land. And it wasn't this one. That is not it. Hold on. Yeah, you're all water. No, I don't have nothing. No. But look though, let it all work out, right? Right? That's all you can do is let it all work out. That shit's gonna take care of itself. Certain things you ain't really gotta trip too much about, cause it will take care of itself. If you let it. You gotta let it. You know? You gotta let it. Let it work itself out. But enjoy every moment of it. neck, my neck, my neck, and my back. Certain shit that I could show you. You know, in this world, people just want you to be nice to them. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you. They just like, just be nice to me. If you mean to them, then everything, all your opinions is wrong. Everything. It's like, that's it. All right, love is love. Y'all have a great day.